Hello everybody, this is GamePro24X, and I know it's been a while, but we are back at it again with another FOB event, which is Skull's Attack. So the task that we have this time around is neutralize 3 guards, neutralize a guard with missiles, Fulton 3 guards, complete this in under 300 seconds with equipment grade 5 or below, while dressed in combat fatigue. And as per usual, we're going to go to the same spot, the medical platform. Now the gear you're going to need is a Hell MGR grade 5 with a customized 20 round drum that you can get from the next level over. Then you'll also need the CGM 25 at grade 5 as well, the Riot SMG grade 5, Hannah Jehudi grade 5, and of course Noctis Cyanin. Now to those who may be wondering why bring the Hannah Jehudi, well, it does come in handy when you want to grab any puppets that are up on the line and the scaffolding and whatnot, and want to try to Fulton them, because you need to Fulton 3 of them. So sometimes there's not enough puppets on the ground for you to actually grab yourself. So the Hannah Jehudi comes in very handy, no pun intended, when it comes to that. Now obviously it's not going to be as handy in this run because I was able to get 3 of them on the ground floor, but there's going to be times when there's only 2 puppets on the ground or 1 puppet on the ground, and there's some on the balcony, so you can easily just grab them, shoot them, and then Fulton them. Now, of course, these skulls will show up at different intervals, so sometimes they'll show up sooner, sometimes they'll show up later, but just try to do the best that you can to try to get your early tasks done. And when they show up, at least crouch and try to sneak around a bit until you get to this area. Always be sure you're right behind this this checkered line or this striped line, and just start firing and just wait for them to show up. Another good thing to note is to definitely turn off reflex mode, because all it's going to do is just make the runs a lot more longer than you need to be. But yeah, you just keep firing at this corner until most of them are dead or all of them are dead. And for whatever stragglers are left, you just use the Hell MGR. And that's about it. That's how you do this entire FOB in, well, in about like a minute and a half, to be honest. It's very quick and very simple if you know what you're doing. And of course, I'm doing this on the PC version, so you know, the controls were a little weird for me because I'm just trying to get back into it. But you know, it's going to be a lot more doable for you guys on console. So you do get a good amount of plants, so it's a great way to start up your Vanity Farm profile. And every time you do this, you're going to get 16,896 event points. So I have all the calculations done on the top of how long it's going to take you to get whatever you want to get. But there is a large selection of colors, and again, since I'm playing on the PC version, I haven't done any FOB events on this version, so of course all these rewards are available to me immediately. So it's going to take me a slightly more runs to get all of these, but yeah, there's a whole lot for you to grab. I think the new one that I can tell is the thumbs up from the bionic arm. And don't forget to go all the way to the bottom to get the Megalodon and the Goblin suits, because I know people kind of forget about that. So yeah, that's where you get them. So yeah, that's about it. It's a very quick and simple run. A really good way for you to start your Infinity Farm profile. All you do is just keep grinding until you get 3,333 plants on your offline stash. And that's a really good way to just start off on your plant farming, because you have to grab them by hand afterward. So I realized that Metal Gear Survive is upon us, and the very next event is literally going to start the day when Survive comes out. So obviously I will probably have a video about that too. But on top of that, just streaming Metal Gear Survive as well, and just putting more work and effort into like figuring out what they've changed, what you can do in the game, and how you can figure things out and how to, you know, take advantage. I will stream this event, maybe not tonight, but I will stream it along the week. But aside from that, I do want to make some extra videos, some extra fun videos on Metal Gear Solid 5. Just some interesting stuff that I found out while just doing research on the game like long ago. I have one really interesting thing when it comes to the staff morale that I've only made a very long post about, but I've never actually made a video because, well, it just kind of wasn't worth my time. But now that there are quite a bit of new players in the player base, I think people do need a more in-depth know-how of how the morale system works and if it's even worth investing or not. TLDR, it's not, but I will make a video further explaining why that is. And aside from that, the other video that's going to be coming out soon is FOB History, where I go back and take a look at all the FOB events that have gone down throughout the history of Metal Gear Solid 5's, well, existence. And you will find out that there's actually quite a bit of interesting things that have happened over the years. And what's interesting is that, you know, with me making videos every single time an event comes out, you get to see different key points in time when, like, a certain update comes out or something changed or something weird happened. So, at least on my channel, I have video documentation of many of these instances that I've picked out from the FOB history, and it'll be really fun to go back and look into it. The video will take a little longer to make because it's been taking me days to actually get everything and even look for other info, because there was information back then before I started making the FOB events, the early FOB events that I didn't have access to. So I had to look through YouTube to find all those early FOB event videos and see how they were back then. So it's going to be very interesting. So I hope you guys tune in for that one. Other than that, I hope you guys join the Discord. And for those of you who really feel like it, you can support me on Patreon as well. I greatly appreciate every donation. And I have 3 different tiers updated on my page, so go ahead and take a look at that when you can. So yeah, this is going to be a very eventful month. Can't wait for Metal Gear Survive, and I can't wait to get my hands dirty into, well, another Metal Gear game. So this is GamePro24X, and I'll see you guys later.
Mission complete, and how? They're gonna tell stories about this one, boss.